Distinguished guests, please stand as we present the Fall 2023 graduating class of LSU Shreveport. Distinguished guests, please remain standing for the national anthem.
Please be seated. Good afternoon. I'm Dr. Robert Smith, Chancellor of LSU Shreveport, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to the Fall 2023 LSUS Commencement Ceremony. I would also like to welcome families and friends who are viewing the ceremony online. We will begin today's events with a reflection given by Dr. Cassandra Williams, President of the LSUS Faculty Senate. Dr. Williams.
We are thankful on this graduation day for the hard work and determination of the students who will receive diplomas on today's ceremony. We join here together to honor them. We also celebrate the diverse and different groups who were committed to the success of these graduates, the friends and loved ones who share in the triumph of their accomplishments, as well as the faculty and staff who offered help and guidance along the way. We acknowledge that many sacrifices that made these achievements possible. In the following joyful moments, let us be mindful that the pursuit of knowledge is not the end in itself, but part of a higher purpose, to have the wisdom to serve others, to treat all with kindness and respect, and to try to make the world a better place than we found it. Let our thoughts be fixed on these truths as we reflect for a few silent moments. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Williams. At this time, I would like to introduce the members of the platform party. As I call your name, please stand. Dr. Cassandra Williams, President of the LSUS Faculty Senate, who you have already met. Mr. B. Wayne Brown, Member, LSU Board of Supervisors. Ms. Katie Murray, LSU Shreveport alum and today's commencement speaker. Dr. Helen Taylor, Provost and Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs. Dr. Sanjay Menon, Dean of Graduate Studies. Dr. Tibor Sarvas, Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences. Dr. Mary Lois White, Dean of the College of Business. Dr. Dennis Wissing, Dean of the College of Education and Human Development. Ms. Jasmine Jernigan, LSUS Alumni Director. Mr. Shelby Keith, Interim Vice Chancellor for Business Affairs, and Ms. Kim Ramsey, Chief of Staff. Let us now recognize this group of difference makers. There's a very special group of individuals with us today who had a direct and significant impact on the success of all of today's graduates. Would the representatives of the LSU Shreveport faculty please rise. Please be seated. Our faculty, together with our dedicated LSUS staff, have made this graduation possible for all of our graduates. Commencement is a very special occasion for every family. However, it can be particularly momentous for an individual who is a first-generation college graduate of his or her family. These students all wear a teal cord signifying their first-generation status. Would the candidates for graduation, including our graduate students, please rise if you are a first-generation college graduate. Congratulations on your achievement, and please be seated. The proximity of this location to Barksdale Air Force Base reminds us of the critical role served by our men and women in uniform in keeping our nation safe. Will everyone with us today who is either currently serving in the U.S. military or who is a veteran of the armed services please stand so that we might recognize you for your service? Please be seated. There are more than 1,200 students who will graduate today at our two ceremonies. It is worth noting that only 2 universities in Louisiana have graduated more students than LSUS in the past 3 years. Further, more African American students have graduated with graduate certificates or graduate degrees from LSU Shreveport than from any other university in the state of Louisiana. We are especially proud of both of these accomplishments. Among today's graduates are a significant number of students who have completed an online graduate degree from LSUS. Will graduate candidates who have traveled over 500 miles to be with us today please stand and remain standing? Okay, no, stay standing. Will those who have traveled more than 250 miles please stand? And finally, will those who have traveled more than 100 miles please stand? Thank you all for your commitment of time to join us on this momentous occasion. You may be seated. Whether you're graduating today from one of our face-to-face programs or from a 100% online program, successfully completing your studies required great perseverance, resilience, and endurance. For some of you, the demands were especially challenging. Through all of this, you each had a personal team of supporters, whether it was your family or your close friends. Graduates, please rise and look around for your own support team and show them your appreciation. Please be seated. Today is your day to celebrate, graduates. You have made it, and we are all inspired by your accomplishment. We wish you every success as you move forward from LSU Shreveport to your next adventure. Based on your successes here at LSUS, I'm confident that you will continue to find great successes in your future. And now it is time for me to introduce to you our very special Fall 2023 commencement speaker, Ms. Katie Murray. Ms. Katie Murray is a graduate of LSU Shreveport with a Bachelor of Science degree in accounting. She also earned a master's degree in accounting from LSU and is a licensed CPA in the state of Louisiana. Ms. Murray currently serves as the President, Chief Financial Officer, and Treasurer of Dallas News Corporation, where she is responsible for the company's finance and accounting, legal, human resource, information technology, product engineering, data analytics, and the production and distribution operations of the Dallas Morning News. That's a long list. She has more than 30 years of finance and operations experience, having served in numerous senior leadership roles at a range of private and publicly traded companies. Additionally, Ms. Murray currently serves as chair of the Board of Directors of Downtown Dallas Incorporated and is a member of the Dallas Regional Chamber Executive Women's Roundtable. She previously served on the Board of Directors of the SPCA of Texas, including serving as chair of the board from 2016 to 2018. Would you please join me in recognizing Ms. Murray?
Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed faculty, proud family and friends, good afternoon to you. To the December of 2023 graduates, congratulations on your achievement today. When I was given this amazing opportunity to speak to you today, it took me a few minutes to realize that I was in your seat 32 years ago, May 1991. You talk about a heck of a reality check. You can imagine I started thinking, first, did I get the math right? I had to pull out the calculator. Has it really been 32 years? I then realized I'm pretty sure I don't remember all 32 years. Then the big question, surely I'm not as old as I thought 50-somethings were back then, right? When I started to realize, as I was thinking about these questions, is that when I was sitting in your seat, I never thought I would be where I am today, professionally, and above all, giving a commencement speech to you. In fact, I have some friends in the audience who were here with me in college, and I am sure that they have already posted a picture somewhere on social media saying, I told you, she really is giving a commencement speech. Can you believe it? Frequently, I will get the question, how did you know what you wanted to do with your career? What is the path to being a president and a CFO? What did you study in college? And the answer is usually met with a sigh when I say, I had no idea what I wanted to do when I graduated, and much less what I thought I would do for the rest of my life. The last few months have had me reflecting on my career, a career that has taken over 30 years to develop. The twists and turns, changes, mistakes, multiple mistakes, successes, great bosses, horrible bosses, personal sacrifices, and the scared out of my mind decisions I have made over these last 3 decades. So what did I know back in May of 1991? Well, I was 23. I knew I was moving to Baton Rouge. Later that month, I was going to start my master's in accounting program. And from what I recall, I thought I would do the traditional accounting thing. I would take the CPA exam. I was going to move to New Orleans where my friends lived. And I was going to get a job as a tax accountant with one of the big firms. Seemed like a pretty solid plan. Well, 12 months later, I graduated. I moved to Dallas. I did take the CPA exam, and I never worked for a Big 8 accounting firm. In looking back, I am amazed that at least one of the plan objectives was achieved. So what was my new plan? A question not only I had, but one my mother so casually brought up every week on our weekly phone calls. And if you recall back in the old days, you had to be home to answer the phone, which I am forever grateful for. Today, what I thought I would share with you, as you think about your next steps, are the most important events that shaped my life. These have nothing to do with any degree or specific job They have all to do about listening to your inner self. Taking opportunities, even when I knew I wasn't ready or I thought I wasn't ready. Realizing the type of leader and the mentor that I wanted to be, and embracing gratitude every day. Life is full of moments. Some are really big and life-changing, and others are small, but they're just as important. My first life moment on the small, but just as important side, was when I was 25. I was living in Dallas, and a good friend told me about a friend who had a friend who had a friend. They were looking for a staff accountant for First USA Bank, which was a bank and a credit card company in Dallas. I pulled out my one-page resume, written with the largest fonts and the most spacing that I could get away with and not look obvious, and dropped it off at the company. Remember, we did not have email back then. I waited anxiously by my home phone for a call. No caller ID, so then answering the phone was like Jeopardy. Do you wait to see if they leave a message or risk it? The phone rang, I answered, and I was asked to interview. A few weeks later, I had my first job, and to say that my mother was relieved is an understatement. My first big and life-changing moment was when I was 27. I was still working at First USA as a tax accountant. My manager asked me if I would consider moving to New York City to take over the day-to-day accounting for 2 recent acquisitions. At this point in my life, I had only lived in Shreveport, Baton Rouge, and Dallas. I had never even visited New York City and was more terrified than I could think. All I could think about were the questions. Where would I live? Who would I live with? What about my family and friends? What about my car? I knew I could keep asking the questions, or I could go with it. 2 weeks later, the moving truck showed up, and I sold my car. It was this move that led me to realize that I was stronger and more independent than I ever thought. Moving to New York City was the most influential decision I have ever made. I met so many people, I had so much fun, learned so much, and it was then that I realized that I always wanted to try new things in life. It was trusting the friend of a friend of a friend that maybe there was a job for me, which ended up taking me to a new city to start my career path. There is a day in everyone's career that you experience the horrible boss, and you will never forget that moment. This is the day you realize the boss that you will not be. This moment for me was in 1999. I was 31, and I was back in Dallas working for i2 Technologies, a public software company. I had sort of changed career paths, had decided to move out of the day-to-day accounting, and I had taken a job as a project leader for a new software implementation for i2. It was a Saturday, and I was presenting my portion of a status update to the management committee of the company, which included the CFO and the CEO. The CFO, who was not my direct manager, but about 2 levels above me, out of nowhere started yelling at me. And I'm not saying yelling, he was berating me. To this day, I still don't know why. I was not only embarrassed, I was horrified. I could feel the tears welling up inside me, and I knew this wasn't right. I was not going to be treated this way, and there was no way I was going to let him see me cry. I let him finish, I got up, and I excused myself. By the time I got to the elevator, I was stopped by my manager, and I resigned on the spot. What the CFO did that day was not okay, and I knew that I would never be that kind of leader. While I was ultimately convinced by the management company to stay at the company, to this day, that Saturday afternoon has influenced the leader that I am. While being focused and results-driven is important, it is more important to be professional, kind, and compassionate. Just a note, the CFO was replaced a few months later. Karma. The most significant life-changing moment for me was when I was 35 years old. I was still working at i2 Technologies, and I had moved back into the accounting organization and was the corporate controller and the principal accounting officer. I was reporting to the new CFO. Remember, the old horrible CFO was replaced. And my boss had decided to retire. I was thinking I would have a new boss, and that was just fine. I liked what I was doing. One day, the chairman of the audit committee, Bob Crandall, called and said he wanted to meet with me. I went into complete panic mode. I was meeting with Bob Crandall, the former CEO of American Airlines. To say I was terrified was an understatement. The Wall Street Journal had called Bob the man who changed the way the world flies. I could not imagine why he wanted to meet with me and literally was sick to my stomach until the day we met. I sat down in his office in Las Colinas, and all I could see everywhere in his office were the awards and the accolades from places like the New York Stock Exchange, Wall Street Journal, Forbes, Business Week, etc. I sat down, and in his very direct way, he said, "I want you to be the CFO." I was completely taken back. In my mind, I was saying, "Are you kidding? Is this guy for real? Is he serious?" Instead of saying those things to him, I decided to say, "Mr. Crandall, thank you so much, but I do not think I'm ready for that role, and I would be happy to report to whoever you recruit." He turned to me and he said, "You don't understand. I'm saying I want you to be the CFO." And I realized at that point this was no longer a question or an option. He said, "This will be the most important career decision that you ever make, and one day you will thank me." Every day, I am still thankful for him seeing something in me that I did not. While I was not the natural choice or the most obvious candidate, he took a chance on me. This was also my second lesson in being a manager and a leader. Give people a chance and make them feel like they have room to grow. I assumed the CFO role in January of 2004. To this day, I can remember how scared I was and uncertain in this role. I was now managing employees that were my friends. These were friends that I had gone out with, I had traveled with, and I knew that that was going to change. All I could think is, what had I done and what have I agreed to do? I thought maybe since I had spent the last 7 years at I2, I was really given the CFO role. All I could think about was, would I ever be really qualified to be the CFO anywhere else? Could I ever lead another company? In May of 2005, I moved back to New York City and I took my second CFO role. So why am I calling out all of these stories to you? I realize now that every opportunity, whether it was meeting someone unexpectedly, getting a job offer, or having a bold idea, influenced my career. I know many of you are probably certain of your next step, and that is fantastic. And I wish you nothing but all success. Some of you may be like I was, and thinking you were heading down one path, and then something changes, and you know what? That's okay. I am hoping that by me sharing a few of the key events in my career, I can help you remember that while you may think you have all things planned out, let the unknown happen. The key is to notice those moments and embrace them without holding back. Be visible to the leaders where you work. Ask to be involved in projects, even if they're outside of your day-to-day responsibilities. It is common to feel afraid, unsure, and even overwhelmed, but it's important to remember that success often involves facing risks and challenges. I am also reminded that in the craziness of every day, it is very easy to overlook the profound impact of gratitude. To say that I am grateful for the opportunity to be here today and to share my path with you is an understatement. I have had the chance to really think about and remember those that helped me achieve my goals, and there were so many people. I am sure that each of you are thinking the very same thing, so as we did a little earlier, take a collective pause, look around, and see those that are here for you today and express your appreciation. Express appreciation and gratitude for the countless individuals who have supported you on your journey. The teachers and the bosses who ignited your curiosity, the friends who stood by us in thick and thin, and your families whose love has been your anchor. Gratitude is not just a virtue, it is a transformative force that, when embraced, not only enriches our lives, but also creates a ripple effect of kindness and understanding. Graduates, as you stand on this momentous day, remember to carry the torch of gratitude with you. Be thankful for the lessons you've learned, the obstacles you will overcome, and the triumphs that you will celebrate. And when opportunity knocks, as it undoubtedly will for each one of you, don't hesitate. Seize it. Seize it with gusto, for it's in those moments of bold action that your greatest adventures will begin. Then, when you're a leader, think about how you are going to inspire the generations looking to you for guidance and opportunity. In conclusion, class of 2023, your journey has just begun, and the world is eagerly awaiting the impact you will undoubtedly make. Go forth with gratitude in your hearts and the courage to seize every opportunity that comes your way. Congratulations again, and thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Murray, for those inspirational words. It is now my pleasure to call forward Dr. Helen Taylor, Provost and Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs, who will present the candidates for special academic recognitions. Dr. Taylor.
Good afternoon. A number of undergraduate students will be recognized this afternoon for their scholastic achievements. This is symbolized by the wearing of the gold honor cord. Each of these students attained a cumulative and LSU Shreveport grade point average of at least 3.5. Will students with the cum laude, magna cum laude, and summa cum laude distinction please rise? Please join me in acknowledging their achievement. Please be seated. And now we have come to the time for the conferring of the degrees. Mr. B. Wayne Brown, member LSU Board of Supervisors, will discharge this all-important responsibility for which we are assembled today. It is my pleasure to present the candidates for undergraduate certificates and degrees who have been recommended by their deans and respective faculties. Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Arts degree please rise and remain standing? Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Criminal Justice degree please rise and remain standing? Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Fine Arts degree please rise and remain standing? Will the candidates for the Bachelor of General Studies degree please rise and remain standing? Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree please rise and remain standing? Will the candidates for the Certificate of Business Fundamentals please rise and remain standing? And will the candidates for the Certificate in Cybersecurity and Networking please rise and remain standing? Mr. Brown, these candidates have been recommended by their deans and faculties of their respective colleges and have completed all requirements for their respective certificates and degrees. It gives me pleasure to present them to you for the conferring of their certificates and degrees.
Thank you, Dr. Taylor. With the recommendation of the academic deans, the faculties of the respective colleges, and the recommendation of Provost and Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs, and with the authority vested in me by the LSU Board of Supervisors, I confer upon each of you the degree appropriate to your course of study, along with all the rights and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. I would like to request the audience, faculty, platform party join me in recognizing their accomplishments. And thank you. Will you please be seated?
It is now my pleasure to present those candidates for advanced degrees who have been recommended by their deans and respective graduate faculties. Will the candidates for the Master of Arts degree in the College of Arts and Sciences please rise and remain standing? Will the candidates for the Master of Science degree in the College of Arts and Sciences please rise and remain standing? Will the candidates for the Master of Business Administration degree in the College of Business please rise and remain standing? Will the candidates for the Master of Health Administration degree in the College of Business please rise and remain standing? It should be everybody. Mr. Brown, these candidates have been recommended by their deans and graduate faculties of their respective colleges and have completed all requirements for their respective degrees. It gives me pleasure to present them to you for the conferring of their degrees.
Exciting. With the recommendation of the academic deans, the graduate faculties of their respective colleges, and the recommendation of the provost and vice chancellor for academic affairs, and with the authority vested in me by the LSU Board of Supervisors, I confer upon each of you the degree appropriate to your course of study, along with all the rights and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. I would like to request that the audience, the faculty, and the platform party join me in recognizing their accomplishments. Okay. Please be seated.
Supervisor Brown, we thank you for your important role and participation in our Fall 2023 commencement exercise. Please accept our token gift of appreciation. Dr. Taylor.
The candidates for undergraduate certificates and undergraduate degrees will now come forward. Dr. Elizabeth Liebert, Associate Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences, will announce the names.
Dorsey Danielle Wiggins. Michelle Angela Ankar. Kaylin Beth Stewart. Victoria Michelle Bowie. Vashta Latrice Dotson. Nicholas Cordell Pickett cum laude. Cara Hayes. Jeremiah Henderson. Misab Wadi. Christian J. Thames cum laude. Alex Charles cum laude. Livia Schneider, summa cum laude. Marissa Nessa Sanchez, cum laude. Devon Reed Hammock. Christine Circa. Kyle Barlas. Elizabeth Danielle Atnett. Rachel Hope Jowers, summa cum laude. Chandler Douglas. Jaleesa C. Brooks. Regina, we're going to try that one again. Regina L. Guerin. Zejana Smith, cum laude. Alexis Leanne Kukik. Ethan Dean Goff. Corinne Galicia Hernandez. Darcy K. Domain. Kiana Jaleesa Hudson. Eric Craig Clark, magna cum laude. Andrew Dillon Webb. Zachary Stowe, cum laude. Mackenzie Ashlyn Block. Joshua Greening, magna cum laude. Joseph Edward Bobeff, magna cum laude. Akira Chantre Henson. Chase Green. Wahid Arif Khan, cum laude. Caitlin A. Lusk. Johnny Narals. Colton Dion Harrington. Chiquita Taylor Spearman. Tamika Deanna Knox. Molly Mendez Miller. Ashley N. Rambin. Ali Maggio Gray. Brittany Lachey Moore. Kaleli Smith. Jalen John Roberts. Daria Kristen Williams. Charles Ranger Williams, cum laude. Matthew Coleman, summa cum laude. Alexis Cheyenne Ballard. Hannah Lee Rains. Abir Sadki, magna cum laude. Stacy Wayne Durham. Stefan Henderson. Amy Lynn Robinson. Maria Rose Lightburn. Jacqueline Garcia Vega, cum laude. Amira X, summa cum laude. Adeline Parker, summa cum laude. Carly Ray Smith. Casey Lane Reagan. Mackenzie Ellen Wilson. Chetna Kota. Angela Stute. Kelsey Elena Tuggle. Michaela Paige Dalton. Latasha Freeman. Gilligan Atlantis Aviary, cum laude. Ivana LaShawn Hendricks. Renata Harris Monroe. Madeline Kirkland. Kaylin Denton. Ashley McWilliams, magna cum laude. Juan Valdez. Nicole Marie Brozick. Jennifer Adams Falgu. Tamara S. Jones. Jada Alexandra Azur. Candice Rito. Kiera Chanel Briggs. Truly Harold Bozeman. Haley Nichelle Brokenberry. Trinicia Davis.
And this concludes the presentation of undergraduate degrees and certificates. Next, candidates for advanced degrees will now come forward.
Bobby Minton Perry. Jonathan Nelson Moreno. Raghav Patel. Brianna Michaela Neal. La Toria Willis Thomas. Mark Martinez. Erin Morgan Payton. Christopher Joseph Matt. Diana Elizabeth Walter. Dale Jackson Perkle. David Ward. Corey A. O'Shea. James Gaylord Skaggs, Jr. Elizabeth Smith. Annette Martinez. Missy Thomas. Koladi Oloba. Kayla Irene Mayweather. Stephanie Nicole Park. Kadeem Akia Lee. Corey John Mogg. Ambrosia Scott. Shamika Mamu. Thomas Robert Waghorn. Nicholas Kipsan Surgon. Jeannie Ann Salas Rodriguez. Leslie Marie Mendoza. Lindsay Martinez Wallace. Paige Summer McFarlane. Jessica Lynn Green. Elizabeth Caraballo. No Devon? Ramisha Devon Ross. Jennifer Tijerino. Lamar Robertson IV. Danielle Owens. Brianna Joy Thompson. Bailey Drevon Thomas. Nicholas G. Zoig. Darren Christopher Loyola. Tammy T. Wynn. Chelsea Ratcliffe. Kimberly McDuffie. Janessa Burris. Vivian Ndidiamaka Naji. Trey Walker. Mackenzie Whitehurst Sherman. Tiffany Case Lambert. Christy Janae Williams. Olivia Renee Williams. Ryan Danae Valentine. Misty Lynn McBride. Courtney Elise Marshall. Katrina Latrice Lloyd. Glacia Monet Walker. Myra Alexandra Bangura Vidal. Alfredo Alexis Lopez. Sherry West. Allison Fisher Sherry. Geraldine Vanvelo. Mary White. Jennifer A. Shapiro. Kayla Dominique Winding. Helen Margaret Powley. Joseph Sykes. Giselle Andrea Robles. Crystal Nicole Matthews. Nwabata Adesi Nani. Talia Puebla. Mallory Leanne LaRue. Alicia McDonald. Nicholas Damon Zagsug. Christopher Dallas Miles.
Congratulations, Christopher!
Luke Lewis Ritchie. Georgia Aline Morgan. Raven Askaya Wills. Natalie Bianco. Natalia D. Muller. Wai Tak Vin Sung. Leilani Melendez. Emily Jean Williams. Lebraiquis Wilson. Jacqueline Danielle Hammonds. Kaylee Suzanne Ziegenbein. Angel June Zinger. Pauljanora Antoinette Zenon. Alexia Atlantis Marsha Moore. Myra Lillian Claire Robbins. Carla Leticia Lorenzo Benitez. Thomas Cobham. Shalonda Lyles. Torion Veon Manuel. James Robert Jesse. Teresa Mai. Hannah Grace Moore. Mandy Denise Mitchon. Jordan Lucas. Cody Jordan Sullen. Jessica Megan Tweedle. Thomas Nolan Terrell Moore. Sasha Salkun Khan Lee. Related? That's his wife. Woo! Richard Glenn Lee. John E. Sullivan. Aaron W. Savell. Alyssa Marie Mincy. Ryan Veronica Palacios Camacho. Imani Tiller. Ezekiel Chukwuma Nwokolo. Emanuela Turkson. Jasania Younger. Tanya Yvonne Camaloni. Lauren Kelly. Kendra Preston. Colleen Speck. Carrie Leckleitner. Celeste Vlock. David E. Spring. Gabrielle Elena Warren. Delilia Nicole McCann. Shatera Nicole Lawton. Robert Clarence Montgomery III. Eva Carolina Suriel. Kelly Danae Cormier. Camille Catherine Moore. Kiara Janae Singleton. Ryan Holbrook. William Stephen Sheeran. Erica Marie Ware. Misty Kimball Metz. Chandlin Washington. Tamara Turner Allen.
Congratulations, Tamara.
Kristen Singleton. Sharon Ann Williams Gregory. Roberto Miguel Lopez. Monica Lene Singleton. Nicholas Joseph Weibelt. Alessius Richardson. Jonathan M. Boudreau. Glenice Yvonne Stewart. Thank you. Emily Yarbrough. Suzanne Elaine Lozano. Kenneth W. Spragg, Jr. Mary Catherine Nichols. Kavasia Thomas. Zachary M. Grames. Jessica Lalonde Viola. Brandon Thomas Williams. Tiffany Lewis. Lisa Marie Ramirez. Kelsey Lee LeBlanc. Sandra Prado Velasquez. Ashley Tucker. Manideep Madugala. Naomi Marie Jackson. Sherelle Simmons. Zaikara Lania. Camilla DeMaria Muller. Jackson Kelly Wheat.
Congratulations.
Please join me in acknowledging a job well done by Dr. Liebert, beautifully read. Thank you.
Congratulations, graduates. You've done it. I am delighted to welcome all of you as the newest alumni of LSU Shreveport. Ms. Jasmine Jernigan, LSUS Director of Alumni Development, will now address the graduates. Ms. Jernigan.
On behalf of the LSUS Alumni Association, congratulations on your graduation. Whether you received an undergraduate degree or a graduate certificate, receiving your diploma is a huge milestone. You've given yourselves and your families a wonderful gift, and I am honored to be one of the first to welcome you as an alum into the family that is LSUS Alumni Association. You join over 38,000 LSUS alumni worldwide. Your alumni status is permanent, and your first year's membership to the association is free. You will always be a part of the LSUS family, so please keep in touch. Share your successes, your challenges, and your status changes as you grow in your careers. The Alumni Association provides key connection points for graduates, as well as opportunities to contribute to a legacy of excellence. We welcome your involvement. Please remember to grab your commemorative bandana and join in the fun for the second line processional celebrating you. So pull them out. I want to see you wave them over your heads. Let's practice. Right. Congratulations. And again, our heartfelt congratulations. And in true Louisiana spirit, laissez les bon temps rouler.
Graduates, please stand. As Louisiana State University Shreveport's newest graduates, you may now move your tassels to the left side of your cap as a symbol of your achievement. Would the audience please remain seated until all graduates have left the arena? Graduates, faculty, and the platform party, please join us as we are led out by the Shreveport Second Line Brass Band under the direction of Mr. Robert Trudeau.